Okay. Show me.
Hi there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the DSMX channel for a close look at the Eachine Aurora 100, which is a brushless micro FPV quadcopter. A few months back I took a look at the Aurora 90. I'll have a link up right that way up right for you to that review. It's almost the same quadcopter basically, but the 90 has prop parts and the 100 I have with me today does not. So it's a little lighter, and we'll see how that works out. Now I'm making my way to a park at the moment, and what we'll do in this video first, we'll fly it, both line of sight and FPV, and then we'll step back into the studio to go over the details. Now I have to say, both the Aurora 90 and the 100 tick a lot of boxes. They have a buzzer, an OSD and an F3 flight controller. The OSD is configurable in Betaflight itself, so that's all very nice, I think. But, well, does it fly well? That's the question, of course. So I'm almost at the park. Let's have a look what I brought with me. Okay, so here is that Eachine Aurora 100. Oh, it also has a LED strip, by the way, I didn't mention that before. Again, we'll have a closer look at the details in a minute when I'm back from flying this quadcopter. And let's see, what more do I have? I have 3 flight batteries. The stock battery, a 450 milliamp 2S. And I've got 2 800 Gens A's, also 2S of course. These are on the large side for a small little quadcopter like this, but I also use these on the Eachine Aurora 90, and that works out pretty well. So we'll see how this Eachine Aurora 100 likes those lipos. Okay, I've got an FPV goggle with me, the HEA goggle, so this will be part of my testing for that goggle as well. Obviously we've got a radio. I've got the DSMX Spectrum Protocol version of the Eachine Aurora, so I'll be flying it with my Turnigy 9XR radio. And the last thing I have with me is an FPV monitor. Now I only have that with me to do the DVR recording with. So, let me first hook up the stock Lipo and we'll see how that works out. Alright, here we go. We arm the copter. It is pretty windy, by the way, but we'll see how the quadcopter likes flying in windy conditions. So far so good. The first impression I have is that it is far more precise than the Eachine 90, and that's probably because them prop guards on the Eachine 90 catch wind. Yeah, I sure have more of a quadcopter attached to my fingers feel. It's also a bit more peppy. Yeah, punches are sure better. That wasn't a hard punch, by the way, but it's more responsive. It is a little harder to keep track of, a little. But, oh, by the way, this quadcopter stock comes with red and green propellers, I think. I've put black propellers at the back for orientation, and that does help. This is fun to fly. very precise. It actually feels like flying a much bigger quadcopter. And again, it is windy, but the quadcopter doesn't seem bothered by that at all. Okay, let's try some flips. Oh, hey, the roll rate is a bit low. And what the hell was that? Oh man. Okay, that didn't end too well. It looked like the flight controller got completely confused or something. And one of my propellers is near the end of its life, for sure. But let's see if it still wants to fly. Yeah, it does still fly. The Cloverleaf antenna is squashed. So yeah, that's definitely a downside of this quadcopter. That flip went alright. That flip went alright. I am not sure, man. Yeah, it looked like the flight controller lost track of stuff. So, yeah, it does seem to fly. And the flips, I'm not sure, man. That was a really weird flip. Okay, I can't repeat that error. Huh, okay. I do have air mode engaged, of course, but it seems a little unresponsive while it's in its roll. Okay, well, second flight, let's try that 800 milliamp. I hope them propellers hold out long enough. Okay, second flight. Okay, I had to apply a little more throttle to get it off of the ground. But other than that, it seems to fly just fine. Yeah, no trouble at all. Okay, what are flips like with this battery? Yeah, the same, really. Okay. Yeah, weird. I can't repeat that really weird crash. Was it just me? Okay. Again, enjoyable to fly. Even with a busted up propeller. The propellers that come with these Aurora quadcopters are fragile. They do perform well, by the way. By now probably that one propeller isn't very balanced anymore, but they do perform well. But yeah, fragile. And with this quad not having prop guards. Oh, by the way, there are plastic prop guards available for this quad. Maybe I'll go and order a set of those. Because every really severe crash with this quad, the frame holds up. But the propellers, they do not. Okay, punch. Yeah, looks fine to me. It's not overly noisy either. I don't know if you can actually hear the quad in the video. Yeah, I really enjoy flying this quad. So in that case it really makes sense to invest a few more euros to get them prop cards, I guess. Cool stuff. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna attempt an FPV flight with it as well, but with that busted up propeller, we'll see. And after the FPV flight, we'll step back into the studio to review the details of this Aurora 100. Okay, here we go for the FPV flight.
Okay, so how did you like that for an abrupt ending to the flight? To be completely honest, I was expecting to pick up the pieces of the quad, but as you can see, yeah, the quad does look a bit sorry for itself, but it's only propellers. This propeller over here is completely done for, of course, and this one was already bent up. I'm pretty sure I could still fly it on this propeller, but the question of course is it still flyable? I ran it into a metal pole and it did sound horrible. Yeah, so what I did is I put some fresh props onto it, and here is a flight I did after that crash. And as you can see, it still flies just fine. And vibrations are gone with these new propellers as well. This looks a lot better, I think. So that's pretty nice, and with that this video is not only a review but also a durability test, I guess. So that worked out pretty well, I guess. The Cloverleaf antenna is a bit squashed, but you can bend that right up. So that's not really a problem. It is, like I said before, a bit of a downside of this quadcopter. That Cloverleaf antenna being exposed like that. So yeah, the perfect quad hasn't been invented, I guess, yet. So let me put the specifications of this quadcopter on screen for you right now, and you can obviously pause the video if you want a closer look at those. So yeah, that worked out perfectly fine, and to be completely honest, I was amazed the quadcopter survived that impact, but it did. So I guess the frame itself is pretty durable. That was not the first crash I had with this quadcopter at all, and it's still in good shape. The propellers, yeah, I've gone through quite a few propellers by now. So again, I think if you order up this quadcopter, it's a good idea to order up a set of spare propellers and or them prop guards. And this is what the quadcopter looks like with them prop guards. And I'll have a link to those prop guards and spare propellers as well in the description down below. So, like I mentioned, this quadcopter, just like the Aurora 90, ticks a lot of boxes, for me at least. And what are those boxes? Well, in quadcopters I really demand an OSD. That might be a personal thing, but I really like to have an OSD, especially for the battery voltage. The second thing is a buzzer, especially on a small little quadcopter like this. You can easily lose it in grass. And the third one is a Cloverleaf antenna. It depends a little on where you fly it. If you fly it in the woods, a Cloverleaf antenna definitely is a benefit. So yeah. And let's see, yeah, it has a Betaflight pre-configured. There's no tuning needed on this quadcopter. The stock tune is just fine. And let's see, that's basically it. It does have more features, like this LED strip at the back. That does make it easier to fly it line of sight. It's not really needed though. These propellers, black at the rear and some color at the front, help out more in orientation than that LED strip. So that is basically it, and as mentioned, it is on offer at the moment. I really like this quadcopter. I've flown quite a few brushless micros by this time, and this one flies more like a real larger quadcopter than well, all others I've tried before. It's very precise, very nice. It's reasonably easy to fly it low to the ground, easier than in most micros. And let's see, it comes in 3 varieties. I've got the DSMX version, there's also a Flysky version and an FrSky version. And you'll obviously see that if you take a look at the link down below. And what more can I tell you? The frame is pretty thin. It is carbon fiber, but what is this, 1.5 millimeters I think. It's proven to be durable so far though. So that's good. Oh, and I forgot one thing I really demand from a quadcopter, and that's an adjustable camera angle. And this one can be adjusted. You just unscrew the top screw over here and on the other side, and you then can angle it back down. So that's pretty nice. Let's see, yeah, that's all my blah blah about this quadcopter. If you have any questions or suggestions, hit me up a comment down below and I'll be happy to answer you. Maybe I'll do more videos with this quadcopter, or maybe a comparison between this one and the Aurora 90. And yeah, if you'd like that, hit me up a comment down below as well. For now, I want to thank you for your attention. and hope to see you back in another video. Bye bye.